Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the class. Sorry, there was a little technical issue at the beginning, so there's a late to start little late. So let me first of all start with what we discussed last about what we discussed last week. Hope all of you have been there in the class. Today I see how many, let's see, 29 odd people join in the class, and yes, let me go through a few slides last week. What we did last week was we tried to understand marketing concepts and few other definitions of marketing, and also we went and looked at marketing management process, right? Then why marketing management or marketing planning was necessary for a business, and we then introduced marketing mix elements, that is 7 P's: product, price, place, promotion, to people, physical evidence, and processes. And core concepts of marketing: need, wants, and demands. And then marketing offer, value, satisfaction, market. And also then we went and discussed marketing management philosophies, how marketing concepts have evolved over the years, starting from product concept to production concept to product concept to selling concept, and then came marketing concept, and then marketing or societal marketing concepts. And we also try to understand the difference between selling and marketing, and also we looked at a new concept called triple bottom line. I hope you remember the people factor, the planet, and the profit perspective, and why we should do corporate social responsibility activities and the benefits of CSR, and some banks, how they have spent on CSR activities over the years, and the value of CRM, that is customer relationship management. And then certain concepts again, like value and satisfaction, perceived value versus customer satisfaction, customer loyalty and retention, and also a new concept called customer lifetime value. I gave you some examples as to what lifetime value is, and then key concepts continued, like cross-selling, upselling, and the challenges in the digital age, globalization, ethics in marketing, and then also we studied about marketing, what marketing orientation is. Marketing orientation is the organization culture that most effectively and efficiently creates the necessary behaviors for the creation of superior value for buyers, and thus continuous superior performance for the business. This is a very, very appropriate concept today. I said all the banks and finance sector companies should be marketing oriented. We looked at the marketing orientation grid, when the customer focus is low and the competitive focus is low, we call the companies are inward-looking companies. And then the customer focus is more, but low focus on the competition. Call those companies as customer-centric or customer-oriented companies. And when the customer focus is low and the competitive focus is high, we said those are competitive-driven companies. Why customer focus is high? Low means the company here is mainly driven by the competition. Whatever competitors do, the firm is doing that. That is not appropriate because that is not recommended. What you have to do is you have to focus more on the customer as well as have a great understanding about the competition. That is where you come to marketing-oriented approach. In a marketing-oriented approach, you find there's a lot of customer focus and there's a lot of focus on the competition, or rather what's happening in the industry. Then you can give the best value to the customer because you know your customers very well, you know your competition very well. So some details about that. And also we looked at a triangle called customer service or service marketing triangle, where company on one, the company or the management on one side and the employees on another side and customers. So what I said was to have good external marketing, internal marketing is necessary. That is how the management treats the employees. That's basically internal marketing. So the management will have to enable employees to have very good interactions with the customers. So that will help finally employees to deliver the promise to the end customer. So this is a triangle: the management, employees, and customers. Remember, between management and employees, this good internal marketing process should take place, and then employees can look after the customers. The interaction with the customer will be very, very positive when employees are enabled to perform or deliver the promises. Ultimately, the final results would be the creation of happy customers because employees are able to deliver the promises that they have made to the customer already. And also we looked at the motivation and the customer or the employee satisfaction. So I said there are two types of factors. One is hygiene factor. One set of factors are called hygiene factors, and the other set of factors are called motivation factors. So the motivation factors are the things that management should be mindful about, because employees are always keen on their job progress or career progression, whether they have been recognized by the organization, the type of responsibility they are being given, and the job itself, career advancement and personal development and growth. So these are the factors, according to Frederick Herzberg, that will help motivating the employees. But he talked about another set of factors: the working conditions, the worker relations within the organization, company policies, supervisor quality, the manager, how managers treat the employees, salaries, and so on. So those factors will reduce dissatisfaction, Herzberg said. So these factors, which are called hygiene factors, will not motivate employees, but they will reduce the dissatisfaction or the job dissatisfaction of the employees. So both factors are important according to Frederick Herzberg. The hygiene factors are to be there definitely, because if the hygiene factors are weak, the employees will be dissatisfied. if the motivation factors are not available, the staff will be demotivated. That's what Herzberg said. So then we came to Douglas Mcgregor, theory X and Y. Theory X is always have a negative perspective about the employees. The assumption that employees dislike work, they are lazy, they dislike responsibility and must be forced to perform. Forced to performance means you have to push employees to perform. Theory Y assumption is that the employees like work, they are creative, they seek responsibility, they can exercise self-direction if they are given the freedom. So theory X and Y are very, very useful when we want to motivate employees, because at the end of the day, you have to have a theory Y type approach for office workers or the white collar workers. But theory X might work for uneducated workforces like in plantation or more large labor forces, maybe road construction type. Those type of workforce will have to be managed, and the theory X will work there. But white collar jobs, educated workers, educated employees will have to be managed in a different way, where the theory Y approach will be useful. So more details on that, and that was what we learned last week during our session. Okay, so let me before begin the today's session, ask you some. We'll have a quick question and answer session. What you will do is I will ask a question and then you can give your answer in the chat without talking, because talking will be a bit difficult. So first question, how to define marketing? If you can remember, at least give me keywords. I said when in definition, in the marketing definition, there are some keywords. I said marketing can be defined in several ways, but I said we are using for the purpose of this program CIM UK definition. So in the CIM UK definition, how the marketing is defined, at least put few keywords in the chat so that I know that you have understood the definition of marketing, which is very vital, because without knowing the definition of marketing properly, it's difficult to proceed with the other areas of the lecture. Okay, somebody can start some keywords in the marketing definition of CIM UK. There are 5-6 keywords I mentioned, especially during the discussion. So I want you to give 1 or 2 keywords in the chat. Achieving organizational goals while satisfying customer needs in an effective manner. Very good. Some keywords are mentioned there. Profitability through satisfying customer needs. Yes. Very good. Some more. There are 33 people. I need at least 50% of the class to give maybe even little different answers, or even the same. There are some keywords. Some 1 or 2 keywords already came in, but there are some other keywords. Don't be shy. Please give your answers in the chat. Come on. Quickly. Some more. Only 2 people have replied already. Come on, guys. Otherwise, I'll be sleepy. So, a lot more to be done today. Hello. Is a management process identifying customer needs profitably and efficiently? Yes. Good. Excellent. You have to by heart this definition. And are there any other words? Satisfying customer needs and wants in a socially responsible manner. Superb. Superb. Yes, I think you have covered the marketing definition, all the keywords. The keywords I said: identification of customer needs and the satisfaction. Underline those, at least make a note. And when you come to this class, please remember you bring a little notebook or exercise book, and certain things I say in the class, please take down. Or in a, if you can do that in the computer itself, you can open a folder and do it. Or I think better you keep a notebook, a physical one. So in the marketing definition, keywords are identification of customer needs and satisfaction of customer needs in a profitable, efficient, and socially responsible manner. So those are the keywords. So marketing is a management process that identifies, or rather starting from not only identify, even before identification, that they assume certain needs will come, right? So okay, start with identification. Marketing is a management process, right, that identifies customer needs and satisfy those needs in a profitable, efficient, and socially responsible manner. So that's the full definition of the marketing according to CIM. Okay. So now tell me what's the difference between a want and a need? Give an example to want. What is want? There's a slight difference between a want and a need. So what's the difference? Come on, put in the chat the difference between a want and a need. Want and need. I said the difference very clearly in the last class. This is very important because when you do marketing, you need to know the exact difference between a want and a need. Right. Come on. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this, guys. If you remember just last week discussion, this is not a difficult exercise for you. Wants are basic things we need to live, and needs the way how we fulfill it. 50% correct. Very, very simple difference. Want and a need. Very simple. Want is okay, correct. Things that we need. That we need is essential, but want is not like. No, not exactly. Want individual desire. Want is individual desire. Okay, then what is a need? Okay, anyone give an example? A need and a want. Want food. Okay, superb. Then what is a need? Nisansala. Want food. Needs are common to all, but wants are different from person to person. Need rise. Right, very good. So want is a common thing. Say the hunger. Hunger is a deprivation of basic requirement. So you are hungry and you want food, right? So your need is satisfying hunger. You want what? Food. You want a specific food. Specific food is maybe you need rice. So your want is so okay. You can say want is food. Sorry, the need is food. Your want is say hoppers. Kottu. Your want is kottu. You're hungry. You want rice. So hunger, the need of food is basic need, and want is the other way. The need is food, want is the KFC. So needs are very basic one. Yes, right. If you go to the if you go to the so it's like this, right? So let me explain further using the right. So need is a state of felt deprivation. It's a broader thing because you have deprived something. So example, you need food. Want is a specific thing that you want to eat because of you're hungry. The form of need as shaped by culture and individual. Example, want. I am hungry. I need food, but I want a Big Mac. I am thirsty. I need a drink, but I want a Coca-Cola. And this want can be different from person to person, as someone said. Say you have a need. You need rice, but maybe your children, they might require hoppers as their want. You all need food, but you want rice. Maybe your children wants kottu or hoppers. Your mother wants string hoppers. Right? So wants are specific things, right? Okay. Then okay. Tell me what is customer lifetime value? In brief, customer lifetime value. Just give some few words. That's enough. I just want to know whether you understood it. What do you mean by customer lifetime value? Quickly. Customer even that that customer value lifetime, in the word itself, we have a lot of meaning there. Just write something quick, guys. It's not difficult. Quickly. The value of the customer for the organization. Correct? But okay, that's a common thing. But I want more specific. That's 50% correct. You get 50% marks. Total business value over the customer, profitability to organizations. Okay. How do you compute customer lifetime value? Okay, I'll make it easy. So if the customer is paying you 10,000 worth of customer relationship period to the business, okay. So let me make it easy for you. So customer is paying 10,000 worth interest every month. 10,000 worth interest to you for the loan he has obtained. Total worth of business over customer over the whole period. No. Take this example. Customer is paying 10,000 a month as bank interest, loan interest, and customer is going to be with us in the next 30 years. How to calculate the customer lifetime value? 10,000 per month, 30 years. Just calculate and give the answer. That is customer lifetime value. 10,000 a month, customer is going to be with us next 30 years. Superb. 3.6 million. Yes, 3.6 million. Yes, Dhanuka. So here the assumption is actually this can be more than because as the customer is growing, customer might, because it's difficult to calculate, because customer maybe next 2-3 years he might be paying 10,000 interest for a year, for a month, but maybe in the coming years he might be paying more than that. So at least at the current level, customer is 3.6 million worth customer. Super, very good. So that's the kind of understanding you need, because customer is paying interest monthly and next 30 years he's going to pay that interest to us. Okay, right. Then okay, quickly, I told you there are 5 questions to be asked in the marketing management process. Specific 5 questions to explain the marketing management process. So at least each one give one question. One question. What are the questions that we ask to explain the marketing management process? 5 questions. 5 questions. I gave you to understand the marketing management process, where you ask those questions to explain the marketing management process. I think you should remember 5 questions, 5 simple questions. Five simple questions. I can't give you any question because if I give one question, you'll remember. Superb. Where are we now? Superb. Udeshan. That is the first question you ask in the marketing management process. As an organization, where are we in terms of profitability, the growth, the business? In terms of competition, where are we? Whether we are the market leader or whether we are a small player, where do we want to be? Which way, which method is the best? Where do you want to be means those are the objectives. Which way is the best? What is the best strategy? Where are we now? Where do you want to go or be? Which way is the best? Yes. So three steps you are described. How do we get there? Yes, strategy. How to get there? What are the things we should do to get there? Your strategies and actions. Superb. 4 questions covered. How do we ensure arrival? That means how to make sure whether we have reached the destination. Superb. So from where are we now means you analyze the situation. Where are we now means the analysis of the current situation. You call it situational analysis. Then comes the objective. Where do you want to be as a bank or as a finance company in terms of profitability, the growth, the advances, deposits, fee income, all that. Where you want to be. Those are the broader objectives that you want to achieve. Then there are many ways to achieve. So which ways are the best or the optimum ways, most appropriate methods for your company or for your bank to achieve those desired objectives? And once you select the strategy, how do we get there? So what are the tools? What are the methods? What are the type of actions, programs that you do to ensure that you achieve the objective? The final question is, how do we make sure that, so we have to periodically monitor, say, so you all do in your banks, every month you evaluate your profit figure, your deposits figure, advances figure with the targets are the objectives that you have set. So you compare every month whether you have achieved the monthly target or monthly objective. Actually, targets are small parts of the objectives. Objectives are broken into small parts for us to easily achieve. So monthly target is your 1/12 of your annual target. Say you want to make 100 million profit during the say 120 million profit during the year. So each month you have to make minimum 10 million profit. So if you are achieving 8 million profit, then you are 2 million less for the month. Then what do? You have to quickly rectify your position and increase your actions, improve on your marketing programs, and make sure those objectives are achieved as you decide. So superb. So you then I told you there are 3 P's that we have added to the traditional 4 P's. That is product, price, place, promotion. To these traditional 3 P's, we have added another. The 4 P's of product, price, place, promotion. We have added other 3 P's when we do marketing for, or services marketing rather. Marketing for banks, marketing for hospitals, marketing for health services. You require another 3 P's. So tell me, what are those other 3 P's quickly? Come on. We discussed about 7 P's. So I told you 4 P's already. People, physical evidence, and process. Yes. Very good, Lakna. So this is these are very simple, short questions. So you know what the people means, the employees who are providing the service. Process, the tools and the procedures and the automations that you do to deliver the services to the customer. Physical evidence is the surrounding, the ambience, the atmosphere, the behavior, what customers can see. Right? Okay, good. So then we talk about 5 marketing management philosophies. What are those marketing management philosophies? 5 philosophies. I said over the years, these marketing management philosophies have evolved. About last 50 years, these have evolved, and we are now in certain stage. Now we are doing certain type of things to improve our business, to grow our business. So what are the 5 marketing management philosophies or marketing management concepts that we studied? Quickly, 5 marketing management, because I know I'm asking these questions. Yes, production, this will be tested in exam. So be serious and involved in the discussion. Production concept, yes, very good. That is the first concept. About 50 to 100 years before, the companies were talking about economies of scale, large production lines, because they could, whatever they produce, they could sell. The demand was more than the supply. Yeah, then came the product concept, Rashika, yes. Then the selling concept, Laknath, yes. Selling concepts. And then what? So 3 concepts we have discussed. Marketing, yes. Finally you came to, and yes, marketing concepts. Production to product to selling to marketing. Then what's the last, the current one? Societal. Okay, social marketing concept, very good. That's where we talk about the triple. Now today we are talking of not only profit, we are talking about triple bottom line companies. Profit from one side, the people element, the society, and other side you have the planet, the environment, protecting the environment. Very good. Okay, give me 2 points. How do you differentiate sales and marketing? What is selling? What is marketing? What are the key differences? Quickly, come on, guys. What is the difference between selling and marketing? Quickly, come on. Or is it same or 2 different things? What is selling? What is marketing? Come on, guys. Can do this. You know the answer. You have the answer in your tudes also, but you should be able to remember. Quickly, yes. Dilani, selling focus on needs of the seller. Superb. Selling focus on the needs of the seller. Yes, Dilani, you're on the right track. Then what is marketing? Marketing focus on the needs of the buyer. Superb. Dilani, yes. So this is the kind of answer I need even in the exam. Because you know, sales are, because selling is to, it's not about the not talking about the buyer's requirements. Some other, you have a set of products, you are trying to push those products to the buyer. Some other, maybe by incentivizing, you persuade the customers to buy your product, maybe without a proper reason. But so that is yes, selling consider the existing product. Yes, yeah, some other to sell the existing product, because selling is more of inside out concept. Take a note. Selling is an inside out concept. What is inside, you try to sell out. But marketing is outside in approach. What is outside in? Outside is your marketplace. So you identify the requirements of the market and design your products accordingly and satisfy the customer with those properly designed product. So that is why you focus on the buyer, because according to buyer's requirement, you are creating products that will be more sustainable. Marketing considers the new product and the future markets. Yes. Yeah, you can tell it that way. Existing products as well as how do you make new products? By understanding the gaps in the needs of the customers. Say today customers, say for example, now when we are talking about television, the people wanted television which have the internet support. See, that's how the smart TV came. Now today, smart TV has become a common requirement. Everyone knows a smart TV. You can log on to internet through the TV, and you can use TV even as a phone. You can log on to your Facebook. You can watch YouTube. You can watch movies. You can download stuff, and watch those various articles, various material, right? So remember, selling focus on the needs of the seller, marketing focus on the needs of the buyer. So that's the broad answer. So selling is more of a short-term thing. So marketing has to be, because without marketing, your sales will not sustain. So what you have, you can sell for a certain period, but after some time, the people need new products or new, they have changing needs, and you have to satisfy those changing needs. Yes. Super. Then I said CSR can be done in various in your banks. To what areas you've been knowing that certain things are done as CSR in your banks. So tell me or share with us what are the things that you will do as CSR projects, quickly in short. What do you will do? How do you support? Quickly. These are practical questions again, can come in a question as in the exam. You should be knowing the CSR projects that you're I don't want all the details, just say what area you support. What area means what type of needs that you support as your CSR commitments. You should know this, because today we are in a societal marketing frame, societal marketing concept. We are using, all the companies are using societal marketing concepts. We are talking about triple bottom line. We talk about the planet. We talk about the society. We talk about the profit in triple bottom line. Quickly, come on, guys. Education needs for need, yes, very good. We are supporting. Maybe you'll be doing some Udeshan, yes, we're doing some banks do library projects, support schools, nursery sports playing item. Yes, you are helping the small children's Montessori infrastructure. Yes, infrastructure, things like water or maybe roads. We have seen a lot of infrastructure work is done by media companies like Sirasa. Sirasa government is a huge CSR program. Healthcare, yes, supporting health. Yeah, supporting hospitals. You provide scan machines, collect money and support hospitals. So basically, you help health, education, and infrastructure requirements. What else? Some more. Some banks may be doing a lot of CSR work. You can be even specific. Not only banks, but are the even other the companies right now doing a lot of CSR work. Any more? Hello? Any more CSR projects that your banks have done? Hospital sanitary items, yes. Very good. Very, very important. Sanitary items would have supported. So these kind of answers you need to give during your exam questions or exam time. Okay. What else? Okay, tell me, how do you define the inward looking company? How do you define, give in 2-3 words, what is, what do you mean by a inward looking company? Inward looking. Remember we talked about marketing orientation grid. Remember that we were discussing about that framework. So what is a inward looking company? Quickly give some answers. What is an inward looking company? I said inward looking companies are will not sustain in the long term because why? Or what is the problem of an inward looking company? At least give the answer that way. Come on guys, quickly. Can do this. Let's focus on customer. Yes, very good. What happens when you let's focus on the customer? Customer will not be happy. Some more. Let's focus on the customer. Some more. And competitors, yes. So you don't know about the competition, because if you really want to be succeeding, you should know about the competition, what are the products and the strategies of the competitors, how they are doing, what do they do best, what do they do less than or weaker than, in what way they are weaker than you, in what way they are stronger than you. So both sides, their weaknesses, strengths, you should be knowing. As you know about your own strengths and weaknesses, you should be knowing your competitors' strengths and weaknesses. Then only you can do better than the competition, or you can improve on your weak areas. And if you find the competitors are weak in certain areas and you are strong in that area, then you can capitalize on your strengths to beat the competition. So knowing the competition is very, very important. So inward looking companies have no knowledge about the competition, and they are not focused on the satisfaction of customers. Isn't it? Okay. So then what is a marketing oriented company? What are the features of a marketing oriented company? Quickly. Okay, give the answer, guys. What is a marketing oriented company? Actually, the grid I have given you is very, very clear, but I want you all to understand, because in a question in the exam, if I ask you to describe marketing orientation, then you have to write or draw this grid, grid and explain what are the features of a marketing oriented company. Quickly, come on guys. I'm feeling sleepy. I focus on customer and the competition. Udeshan, yes. Very good. So high focus means you are at it, you are alert about the competition. You are very vigilant. Remember, you are very dynamic and you are changing according to the market changes. You can't be sleepy because all the companies which are highly marketing oriented are very dynamic. They change quickly, they adapt to the situation. Don't you think so? So those are the smart players in the market. They know the competition very well. They know the customer requirements very well. So they have the answers. They have the solutions all the time. Okay, I have noticed there are only few people are responding in the chat. What about others? There are 35 others. Please get involved. Okay. Then what are the components of who are the parties involved in marketing or service marketing triangle? I said there are three type of parties, or three in the three. You remember that marketing triangle? Who are the three parties in the triangle? Quickly, I want some new people to respond. In the triangle means there are three perspectives or three parties in a service marketing triangle. Who are these three parties? Come on. Management, employees, customers. Company, customer, employees. Company, yes, very good. So between the company and the employees, what type of marketing I said to take place? So there are three type of marketing happening described in the service marketing triangle. So between the company and the employees, or between the management and the employees, there's certain amount of marketing concept being practiced. What do you call that marketing between the management and the employees? Internal marketing. Superb. That is what you said, because you have to have very good internal marketing. Yes. Dhanuka, yes. Roshini, yes. Very good. So then I said the employees will have to deliver the promise to the customer. The promises are made, and so between the employees and the customer, what is marketing we are talking about? What do you call that? What do you call that? Between the employees and the customer, there are interactions. Yes. Ramyalini, yes. Interactive marketing, because every day there are customer interactions. You remember, every day you are serving customer, maybe at the counter, especially at the counter level, account opening, cashing checks, issuing various payment orders, or deposit, accepting cash, right? And then in the loans department, loan applications are filled, loan discussion with the credit officers. In the operations, there are remittance. For a day, how many customers come to your bank? So how many customers are interacted with? So this is called interactive marketing. You have to make sure this interactive marketing creates some positive positive feedback or positive impression in the minds of the customers, then only your interactive marketing process will be more and more appropriate to provide the final service, right? So, so remember, in addition to our external for our external marketing to be succeeding, to make sure that your internal marketing is happening well, you have to have very good internal marketing programs within the company and make sure good interactive marketing is taking place between the employees and your customers. So it's called it triangular. It's called service marketing triangle, right? Okay, then coming to last few questions. Two-factor theory by Herzberg, right? I said there are two broad type of factors Herzberg brought in. What are those two broad type of factors? Herzberg, according to two-factor theory of Friedrich Herzberg, one set of factors are called certain name, another set of factors are called another. What are these two broad type of factors Friedrich Herzberg talk about with regard to employee motivation? These are motivation theories. I want the broad names of those factors. Hygiene factors and motivating. Exactly, very good. Hygiene factors, motivating factors. Hygiene factors, motivating factors. Okay, give 2-3 examples of motivation factors. Give few examples of how to motivate employees according to Herzberg. What are they looking at? What do they expect as employees? Motivating, give few motivating factors. What do employees? Yes, they want recognition. Very good. They want promotions at least deserving promotions. They want to grow as a career, and personally they want to. So that's what you all are now doing. So you are motivated to do studies for your personal growth. So your employees are supporting you. Employees supporting. When you do your exams well, you are given several points or several marks or several scores in your promotional interviews. Don't you think they are doing something to motivate you all? So motivating factors, the recognition, the career progression. Then what are he talk about hygiene factors. So give some examples of hygiene factors without which employees will be unhappy or dissatisfied. What are the hygiene factors that Herzberg was talking about? So you said motivating factors, right? And what are the salary? Rohan said salary, yes, working condition. So why salary is not a motivating factor? No, according to Herzberg, salary or the working conditions are not motivating. But if you don't have a good salary, you will be dissatisfied. You'll be dissatisfied. So you need a good salary. That is that you expect. So Herzberg made it very clear. There are certain hygiene factors which will reduce the dissatisfaction. There are motivating factors which will increase the motivation. So remember, without hygiene factors, why hygiene factor? Why hygiene? Now even take us. We are concerned about our hygiene. So every day we get up in the morning and we wash our face. You take bathing, right? You brush your teeth, right? You comb your hair, all that hygiene based things that we do. Those are given. Yes. Supervisor quality, Rohan, yes. So those will have to be there anyway. Without those hygiene factors, you can't continue. But so what Herzberg said was, end of the day, the management should know what are the hygiene factors, what are the motivating factors, and to motivate employees, they must focus on both sides. Then only the employees can be motivated. Okay. Then who brought in X and theory X and Y with the person? What's the scientist's name? The author of theory X and Y. Who is the author of theory X and Y? Who brought in theory X and Y of motivation? Douglas Mcgregor, yes. Good. Douglas Mcgregor. So you'll never forget this now. Douglas Mcgregor brought in or introduced theory X and Y. So what is theory X type? Who are the X type managers? What is their perspective? Theory X guys, what do they do? What is the X style? That is actually X and Y are two different styles. Yes, they have a negative view of people. The managers think employees are negative. They dislike work. What else? What else? They dislike work. X type. Employees are negative always. They dislike work. What else? They are lazy. Yes. Amal, yes. Managers think employees are. So even a branch setup, the branch manager must be thinking all my staff are lazy. They don't want to work. They want the free time all the time. They don't want to be working under pressure. They don't want to take responsibility. Yes, Jamali, yes. They dislike responsibility. Yes. Very good. Okay. Then the other perspective is Y type. So what are the main ingredients of Y type leadership, Y type style? Yes, Amal, yes. So the employees they are creative, yes. They are creative, yes. What else? They are creative and because they can't be creative if they don't like work. They like work, they are creative. What else? Come on guys. They like work, they are creative. What else? Come on, quick. Positive, yes. The Y type managers are positive about people. Positive about people. Positive about people. And they think, the Y type managers think, if you are given the freedom, your employees will take responsibility and function independently without any supervision. So it's about the trust. In a X type, you don't trust your employees. In a Y type style, you trust employees. That's why you give them responsibility. You trust them, you know that you have a positive view about the employees. You know, when you have a positive view about people, when your employees come to know that you trust them, they will definitely will not do anything to let you down. That I have experienced in my career life. You have to show that you trust, you have a confidence on your employees, you stand by them, and that will really motivate your employees, and they will do anything for you, they will do anything for your organization. So that is the human nature. But the moment the employees feel that you don't trust them, you don't like them, then they will not do anything. They will just let the time pass without any support to you or to your organization. So for a job like ours in a banking sector, which are white collar jobs, we deal with educated crowd, educated employees, and you will have to see that you use a style of Y type to get the best out of your people. Okay, I think that's a good review we did for the entire tute that we covered last week. And let me get into the tute today. And today also we continue with the marketing management process. Okay, so marketing management is about planning, execution, and conception, pricing, promotion, and distribution of ideas, goods, and services to create exchanges that satisfy individual and organizational goal. So please remember that at the end of the day, the final requirement is to achieve the organizational and individual goals. So process, as you also explained earlier or shared with us. So first you understand the situation, analyze the situation, then set objectives, then formulate strategies to so there may be a lot of strategies that are available, but you will select the best and most appropriate strategies for your organization depending on your capability, depending on your resources, depending on the skills and knowledge of your staff. You will use some appropriate strategies, and having selected those or formulated those strategies, then you will go and implement those strategies using the marketing tools like 7 P's. That's where you use marketing mix elements, 7 P's, to carry out your or operationalize your strategies. And then control element is where you periodically review and monitor to ensure that you achieve your desired objectives. I think you have to be pretty clear on these 5 steps and must remember them. You know, in doing this, the first step, analyzing the current situation, we use the framework of SWOT. You may have heard of this analysis. SWOT analysis is a very, very useful model to analyze your current situation, or you call it to do your situational analysis. Right? So SWOT analysis process of uncovering and examining different aspects of your business and organizing your discoveries into a simple 2x2 grid template. Each quadrant of the grid corresponds to one letter of the acronym SWOT. The acronym stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So what you do in your SWOT analysis, you understand your organization's internal strengths and weaknesses. Remember, these two aspects are more internal nature, your internal strengths and your weaknesses. So then what happens? These are internal things you can easily do what? Control. You can control you have a control over these. If your strengths are weak, strengths are not up to the requirement, you can take some action to improve on your strengths. You can minimize your weaknesses through various things that you can do. But remember, the opportunities and threats are more external in nature. You have no control because opportunities come from the environment due to various environmental changes, isn't it? Threats, again, you have no control. It can suddenly, now today you have a huge threat. Threat of what? We don't have power, no energy. Is it something that you can control? Is it something that organizations or banks can control? Now, I know now all the bank managers are going behind service stations or coal stations to buy diesel for their generators. They have no diesel even to run generators, to run the day-to-day operations. Threats, these are unavoidable or uncontrollable for us. Outside, due to outside elements, outside reasons beyond your control, threats will come and hamper your business. Same way, opportunities will come from outside. So you capitalize on your opportunities, you will grow. If you don't capitalize on your opportunities, you will lose your opportunity. So remember clearly, strengths and weaknesses are more internal in nature. Opportunities and threats you have no control and cannot be avoided by you, and you have to make use of the opportunities and minimize threats. So strengths are things your business is already doing well. Yes. Unique resources your team possesses, or any competitive advantage you have. Strengths are internal factors. Yes, as I said. So you can build on them and use them to your advantage. I hope you agree. Weaknesses are areas where your business could improve, as I said, where resources are needed, or areas where your competitors are surpassing you. Weaknesses are also internal factors, so you can often address and overcome. So strengths and weaknesses are within your control, but opportunities you can take advantage. Yes, these could be new resources available to you, emerging trends you could lean into, any strengths you have yet to adopt into your strategy. Like threats, opportunities are external factors because they are beyond your control. So what are the opportunities you had during the pandemic period? You had a great opportunity to digitalize your operations because of the issues that you face. A lot of banks took it as an opportunity, invest on digitalized infrastructure, provide online banking services, online banking products, online communications, online meetings. So that's how you capitalize on opportunities. Threats are anything that could negatively impact your business from outside. You can usually get a sense of your business threats or competition when you run a market analysis as external factor. Threats are often beyond your control. Yes. A lot of, so we'll study further as we go. You have no control over threats, and you have to capitalize on your opportunities. Okay, so shall we take a break? Just taken one and 20, almost 1 and 20 minutes since we started. Okay, are you okay to get a break? Yes or no? Few people, just you want a break? Okay, yes. Or no?
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, Shanta. Okay, then now time is 3:07. I said 3:10. We'll meet at 3 by 3:30. Hello. Yes, guys, are you back? How many? Yes, there are about 21. 21 have joined already. Let's see. 22. Right. Madhuri, yes. Babasara join, yes. Good. Okay. Until they join, we have a little chat. Guys, now, can remember I asked you all, give me a few reasons that why you are following this course. A lot of people said it's for knowledge and maybe career progression, and those are the main two reasons that you are following this program. And a very interesting person I met last week. When I was conducting a program for diploma banking program, that girl joined from Doha Bank, from Qatar. Right, when I asked the audience to give from where are they, she been joining from Qatar, Doha Bank. And very interestingly, she told me that she wants to become a lecturer once she comes back to Sri Lanka and teach at IBSL. So ideally, she had the same objective that I had when I was studying banking. I was really happy. I said, you talk to me anytime, I will help whatever you need. And that girl appeared to be very, very enthusiastic and energetic person. She not only study banking from Doha, I mean participating in the program from Doha, Qatar, and she will come back after some time, after years, and she wants to teach at IBSL. What a great objective. And so it's nice. There are some people who have very, very, I would say, broad objectives when they study. And she said another thing very interesting. She said she wants to share her knowledge, her expertise in overseas banking, and everything she wants to share with Sri Lankan bankers, young bankers, in a future date by lecturing at IBSL. Beautiful wish. So I'm canvassing some of you all who are following this program. At least have some few of you all have some objective to one day lecture at IBSL, because one benefit of having such an objective is then you will be learning here very seriously, then getting a qualification, then getting a promotion, but you are trying to give something back to the banking industry in Sri Lanka, and that is really great. And I will tell you something, a benefit I got because of teaching at IBSL. I was the first fellow. I was the one who got the first fellow status at IBSL. That is FIB in HNB, long time back. I was the first one. I have a record of becoming first IBSL fellow at HNB. That's long time before, about 10-15 years before. Because if I had just passed the exam, I shouldn't have got it. There were many bankers who had done the AIB, but they never had lecture experience, which I had. And I got a lot of marks because of the lecture experience I had at IBSL, and was lucky enough to get the fellow status very quickly at very young ages. So that's interesting. So we have now 26 people join already, 26 students. Shall we start? Let others join. What do you think? Yes or no? Shall we start? Yes. Say yes or no in chat.
Yes, we can start.
All right. Very good. Okay, Rohan, I will start leisurely then. Okay, I was explaining to you about the SWOT analysis. The S in SWOT stand for strengths, as we already know. And remember, strengths are internal, yes. That it is also important to hold on to the idea that strengths are things you have control over, so you can build on them later. Now, this SWOT exercise, SWOT analysis exercise, is good for you. Good for the bank at any stage. Remember, not only when you start some marketing program, or even periodically, this SWOT can be done. It can be done for your branches, individual. Even very interestingly, you can do your SWOT for yourself. Do a SWOT analysis for yourself. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And what are the things that you want to improve or further strengthen? And also, what are the opportunities you have in the marketplace in terms of your career growth, career progression, or whatever? And what are the threats that you think you will have? So be ready for the threats by strengthening yourself. Capitalize on opportunities. Improve on, because again you have your control over your strengths and your weaknesses. You can always improve, but threats you have no control. But same time, when the opportunities come, you should be in a position to capitalize on those opportunities and make use of those opportunities and do best, do well to grow your career. Don't you think so? So that's useful. So do a sort for yourself also even every year. Then you can understand your current situation. And if you have any objectives, you can plan to achieve them in a periodic basis. So as a company, you ask, what do we do well? What have our customers or partners told us they like about us? What are our customers said? In what areas do we outpace our competition or competitors? What unique about our business, products or services? What assets do we own? Intellectual property, proprietary technology, capital, and so on. Then weaknesses. Again, questions to ask to uncover weaknesses. What can we improve? Or if you are doing sort for yourself, how can I improve? What are our customers or partners satisfied with? You can ask yourself, is your employer or the bank is satisfied with? Where do we fall behind our competitors? If you compare yourself with other colleagues of your bank, in what way you are falling behind them? Or are we ahead of them or behind them? If you are behind them, you must find a way to be ahead of them by doing whatever improvements that you can do by yourself for your own personal development. What are we lacking in knowledge? In knowledge and resources? The same question you can ask: am I lacking knowledge for myself? How do I build my knowledge and the resources as an organization? Right? And opportunities. Questions to ask to uncover opportunities. What emerging threats can we take advantage of? Right? 1 second. Yep. What emerging trends can we take advantage of? Which of our strengths might be valuable to potential partners? So you already have strengths. How can you capitalize on those strengths which will be valuable and meaningful to your customers or your potential partners? What adjacent markets might we tap into? What are there any new markets you want to develop? Your market development strategy. We'll discuss those later. Are there geographic locations with less competition? Yes, are there within the country? Are there any locations that we can open branches because there are no competition in those areas? Can we share our story or success with the world? So do we have our success stories? Are we enough promoting or communicating those stories to the world? That will help building our brand. These are some of the questions that you can ask to uncover opportunities. Right? Then questions to ask to uncover threats. What is our competition doing? So threats. So if you think your competition is going to be, competitors are going to be threat, definitely yes, they are threat, because they are also improving day by day. So you should have a knowledge of what they are doing. Make some intelligence reports or intelligence work, and find out what the competition is right now doing. How could our weaknesses leave us vulnerable? If you think we are weak in certain areas, maybe our funding cost is very high, our knowledge in international banking, international or trade financing is weak in our bank or in our some of our branches. Those weaknesses can push us behind the competition. So what market trends are we unprepared? So there may be new trends, emerging trends like digitalized products, online products. Are we prepared for those threats to meet those or satisfy those new market trends? What economic or political issues could impact our business? Although we don't have control, we should be knowing what economic or political issues could impact our. Right now, we have huge impact on economic and political issues that are in our country. I think right now, that's the biggest impact we all have more than anything else. Economic and political issues. This is a short analysis for a bank. So you can run through leisurely. I'm not going to go one by one. But anyway, okay, let's take one by one quickly. High service levels is a strength. If you have a very superior service, superior customer service is a strength for you. Highly automated systems. Yes, your IT system, your IT software expertise in your workforce. Easy access to capital and funding. So when you have easy access to capital and funding, what was the advantage? Your funding cost will be less. Then you can really be competitive because your lending can be done at a low rates to attract more and more customers from even other banks who have a high cost of funds. Solid financial reserves. Same. Effective sales and service culture. Focus on internal marketing. Yes, you have a very good relationship with your internal employees. They are all motivated. So as a management, you are focused on your internal marketing that we discussed a while ago. You remember that triangle we discussed from management to employees to customers. So between the management and the employees, you have internal marketing concepts being practiced that will help support more and more positive interaction with the customers. You are empowering your employees to service your customers better. Team-based culture. You all are working as a team. That is a good strength. There are no divided groups within your bank or your department or in the branch. Clear segments targeted effectively. You are done your segmentation. We'll learn it later. Your segmentation done very effectively. Clear value proposition. Your positioning has been very you're targeted your customers, and you have a very clear message to your customers about your products and uniqueness of your product. Effective CRM. You remember that customer relationship management program that company we discussed last week. Good CRM, that is to manage relationship with customers. Good understanding of customer journey. So that again, having a lifelong customer, your customers, you have customers who have been banking with you for many years, maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, even 30, 40 years. Strong share of customer because you are getting a big share of customer business. You have good product range, attractive branches, store designs and layout, highly convenient locations. Your branches are in good locations, easy to access, clear positioning. As I said, you have very clear value proposition and clear positioning of your products and services in the minds of the customers. Seen as having strong corporate and social responsibility. You are treated as a strong corporate citizen. Easy to use apps. Whether you have any apps, maybe your internet banking or digital banking app is user friendly. And those are the strengths that there may be many more that you need to identify. Weaknesses, poor cost efficiencies. Again, you have more staff, inefficient staff, you have high cost because they are not skilled. The quality, mixed quality, I mean, there are good quality and weak staff as well. Targeting price elastic markets. Price elastic market is what? Because elastic markets are when the price is increased, the demand is decreased. Those are called elastic market. So if you want to increase your loan rate a bit, then you find a huge decrease in the demand of loans. In such case, it's difficult for you to increase price. That is again going to affect you. But your market is inelastic. Even you increase a price a certain percentage, the demand doesn't come down in the same percentage, then you are at an advantage of getting more and more revenue. No discount product feature, distinct product features. Your products are not distinctive, undifferentiated products. That means you are not done your segmentation properly, and you are offering same product to everybody. Limited engagement from marketing communication. Your communications are not effective. People won't respond to your marketing communication or your advertising. Have to price under the market. That means you have to price below the market because competitors offer better products. Your product is weak, then your price will have to be low. No consumer connection to the brand. Poor brand quality. So brand has a weaker brand is weaker. Limited online advertising expenditure. So you don't advertise. You don't have budgets to advertise digitally or online. Limited social media. Your social media, your FB page.
Excuse me, sir.
Sorry.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can you explain what do you mean by mixed quality stuff, please?
Mixed quality, yes. It means, mixed quality is you have a mix of stuff who have high quality or low quality or middle. Not high quality stuff. It is a mix. You understand? It can be mixed quality, it can be high quality, or it can be low quality. So you have a moderate level of quality staff. That means some staff will have to be improved. They should be trained. They should be knowledgeable. So there's a training requirement. There's maybe sometimes they may be not motivated as well, right? So that is the level of mixed quality. Okay, did I answer your question?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Very good. Anytime you, I like that type of interruptions. If you are not clear of anything, please ask me. Limited social media means your FB page has very few followers compared to another. Recently, I saw some banks' social media successes. I saw, according to the data, I don't know what the data is exactly. I couldn't remember the source, but right now so Ceylon Bank has the highest FB followers. The FB page is having the highest number of followers. Even they have bigger followers than even Sampath and Commercial Bank. For a smaller bank to have a good social media page or FB page is a success. I will give you try to get some statistics with regard to social media capabilities of some banks. But I have seen Ceylon Bank FB page is fairly active, and it can be true as well. But same time, I have seen some banks FB pages are not at all active. They are just static. They are not dynamic, because for your social media page, FB page to be active, you need to keep posting various messages. A lot of contents will have to go, and a lot of boosting will have to take place. There has to be some competitions. There has to be some promotions to increase engagement of customers. Engagement is something that you must do through your social media or FB page. Otherwise, no point of having just for sake of having a FB page. It's no use. So no expertise in creating engaging online content. Yes, that means here no expertise in creating engagements online. So that means the bank doesn't have expertise, but they don't have to have expertise within the bank in-house. You can always employ a digital marketing agency to do this for you. A lot of banks do that. And of course, that matter, Sampath, Commercial, HNB all use digital marketing agencies to do online content, run their FB pages. No real relationship with online influencers. Yes, influence. There are a set of people. We will cover this influence social media as a separate module as we go. Influencers are people. When you a lot of influencers you find now in YouTube. If you say one person, I can tell you is Ratta. I've seen Ratta's YouTube, and there are Dino and Block. So those are the kind of influencers, because they have large number of followers in their YouTube, and there are TikTok. Now there are a lot of girls from Sri Lanka. They have quite a number of followers. So when you put some content using them, or put some contents in their online platform, so your brand will get more visibility, and you are making that those influencers to endorse your brand. So today a lot of banks are going into digital space, because it is the cheapest and more effective source of communicating to the customers and engaging with the customers. So without having a very active digital marketing process for your own organization, for your bank, we are lagging behind. Broad competitive set. That means you don't have a proper set of competitiveness, because you are just kind of, you don't have any specific competitive advantage, but it is just spread all over. Here and there you are okay, but here and there you are not okay. You don't have very specific, unique strength to compete with the industry. Then opportunities. Leverage our big data. So what is big data? Big data is the data about your customer behavior. Now, today we are talking a lot of things about big data is now being used. It goes to the level of where your customers do purchasing, where do your customers eat, the restaurants they go, the kind of things they buy, kind of countries they visit, kind of areas, kind of locations they frequently available. Lot of information that those data can be really useful for us, because that gives the real picture of your customer. That having got that kind of information about the customer, it's very easy to design some products and attract the customers. Develop a customer relationship culture that we discussed. The customer relationship, it's a longer term relationship. Those are the opportunities that you have. Attract new customers through special offers. Shift to a customer-centric marketing outlook. Customer-centric, remember that customer-centric means you focus on the customer, but same time knowing the competition. Target more price inelastic market. I said previously, price inelastic means even you increase price, the demand will not be reduced in the same proportion. Expand our product mix. You at the moment your product mix is very narrow, and you go and increase your product mix. Then when you introduce more and more new products or modify your existing products, refine, update your product mix or product range, more clearly differentiate our product offering. Yes, you differentiate your product with the competition. Then only you can position your product very easily and efficiently and effectively in the minds of the customers, in the minds of the desired customers. Broaden our geographic reach. You can open more branches locally, regionally. Build relationship with influencers. That again, if you have not done it until, there are type of influencers that you can in the media, in the digital space you have influencers, and in the normal mass media also you have influencers. Now, for example, you can get endorsement from some popular people. Now, for example, maybe especially I'll take Keels. Now, how many endorsements Keels get from Sangakkara and family? You know, you've seen that. No, they are continuously tied up with Sangakkara. I mean the John Keels or Keels Super. So it's a kind of influence they make through popular people. Expand our number of stores, outlets with that for your branches. Strengthen, clarify our value proposition. That means as you said, you have to provide a unique value to customers. Unique product, unique features that will differentiate or that will make you different from the rest of the normal products or the competition. Build online engagement with our brand. Yes, that we discussed. We have to have better online engagement in the digital space. Advertise online. Advertise on online comparison websites. Online comparison websites. Advertise on online comparison. Let me clarify that for you. I don't know what they really mean by online comparison websites. Okay, let me clarify that later. Acquire digital marketing expertise. That acquire digital marketing expertise within in-house, or even if you don't have thing inside, you can always deploy outside, outsource that. Creating more engaging social media content. Yes, as I said, YouTube, FB, and Instagram, very active pages you must have to get people engaged with your brand. Become a disruptive innovator. It means you challenge your present processes. That's called disruption. Disruptive innovator means you challenge your present processes or the current processes used by the bank, and you use some new innovative methods. Today a lot of people talking about, heard of, I don't know, I think artificial intelligence. We are talking about robotic process automation. Have you heard of that? Robotic process automation, RPA, which is widely now used in organizations, even some banks, because certain work can be robotically processed without human intervention, which will speed up certain processes. So these are new disruptive innovators, or innovating. You become an innovator in kind of introducing new processes, new methods to improve on your delivery of service to the customer. Threats: becoming a market laggard or a Me Too player. So that means you are lagging behind the competition, or you are just Me Too is you are just copying others do. So for example, one bank makes a product which is successful, and you copy it. It's called Me Too. Then you become a Me Too player. You just copy without changing anything. That's happening in the banking sector very much today. So you're always behind the competition, then make you a laggard. Declining unit margins. That means your certain sections you have lesser profit margins. Then maybe your trade financing now is a big issue because you don't open LCs. You don't have foreign currency to do trade financing, or dollar issue. It's a threat. Rising fixed cost. Yes, because your tenants, your other various costs like electricity and various energy costs are increasing. But you have no control. This cost will anyway continue to increase. Fuel cost is increasing. Consumers becoming more and more price sensitive. On the other side, customers don't want us to increase our rates, our fees. Becoming a Me Too player due to product mix. Yes, we have poor product range. Excessive cost of big data. That means I told you the big data is something that you must have, but to collect that big data, you may have to pay more to those data agencies, or to have that kind of technology is expensive. Inability to grow the customer base long term. So you have no way to build your relationships. Poor rating on review websites. That means you are getting a poor rating from your website, on your website, from various rating agencies. Being perceived as low and outdated bank, as slow and outdated bank. Aggressive price cutting. Growing competitive set. Growing competitive set, yes, it's a threat. Many emerging new entrants. There are new players coming to the banking sector. Breach of data privacy issues. That means you sometimes there can be some data issues happening due to various reasons, but it can be an issue. Disruptive technology. So because of disruptive technology, you may have to replace with advanced equipments, then your existing infrastructure become outdated. That's going to be a threat, because continuously new disruptive technologies are emerging, and your computer existing infrastructure will have to be replaced. Inflation, frauds online, uncertain market conditions. So that's something those threats we are facing right now, because market conditions are still they are unknown. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. Okay, so that's an example for a bank's SWOT analysis. Okay, so let me now, before I get into the next thing, I want to give you an exercise for tomorrow. Let's okay, I'll tell you the exercise. It's a small exercise that you will take down some notes, and we discuss that in the class next week. I want you all to select a new product. The last 3 years, maybe last two recent past, you may have not come up with new products. Okay, during last 3 years, say 2 to 3 years, if you have any products that are, remember carefully, right? Listen carefully. If you have any product recently done within last 1 year, or last 2 years, or last 3 years, select one product. It can be a lending product, it can be a deposit, or a online banking product, or whatever, or fee-based product, whatever. Okay, and currently the product may be doing at certain level, but your exercise would be to give some or write some points applying the 7 P's to that product, and how the particular product has been marketed or pushed using the 7P or 7 P's framework. You remember the story that we shared last week? They are I will share that with you. Let me. I don't know whether I have that. Sorry, you don't have that. Okay, you remember that article that we shared. They are each P. They are talking about each P. What about the product? What about the pricing, the promotions, the place, the people element, the process element, and the physical evidence element. So I want each one of you to select a product, maybe during last few years, 2 to 3 years, and give some points with regard to each P. What are the features under, say, I will give one example to issue about the exercise. Product features. You talk about the product features and the advantages about the product under P, under product. And then pricing, how you have pricing rates, how you have price it. Is it a lending product? Is it PLR link? Or is it a fixed rate? Or is it a rate that is less than the current competitor rates, something like that. Talk something about the pricing. Then the promotions, what type of promotion that you do to market, online, digital, or mass media, or whatever, right? So under each P, you must have 2, 3, 4 lines written as to how you have used 7P's framework to push the product or to grow the product in your bank. Okay, now tell me, are you clear on this? Yes or no? Exercise, are you clear? Yes or no? Or any questions? Hello? If you are not clear, please, if you have to ask anything, ask me now. Or
Actually, sir, it's not. Can you repeat
Mohan.
it again? Yes, sir.
Omar, yes.
It's not much clear, sir. Can you
Not
repeat
clear.
it again?
Okay. Let me say, okay, to make it more clear. Say, suppose you have introduced the recent savings product for minors, for example, in the bank. Okay. Minor savings product. Say last year you introduced. What are the features of that minor savings product? What are the benefits to the customer, to the minors, to children? What is the target audience you looked at? What age group, for example, right? What are the benefits? Then under the price, you can talk about the interest that you pay to the account holders, the minors, and how you are promoting it, mass media level, newspapers, television, or whatever. Then or digitally, whether you are doing it, and then how do you distribute the product? Maybe through your branches or online. The people, who are the people serving, maybe branch staff, and the process, maybe parents can come and open the account anytime. What are the documents needed? Okay, birth certificate or whatever to open the mine account. And also under promotion, you can talk about any gifts that you are giving. So like that, you talk about the product and give that 7P's framework. Is that clear, Mohan? Hello?
Yeah. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Right, very good. Anybody else? Don't worry too much, it's just a simple exercise, but you need to do some work. Others, yes or no? Clear or not? Hello? Say yes or no. Are you okay with the exercise?
Yeah, it's clear. Clear.
Very good. Chanta, yes? Anyone else? There are 29 others. Yes. Danuka, yes? Thank you. Amal, yes? Others? You are angry with me for giving exercise? Kayani? Yes, Kayani, thank you. Karnaratna, yes. Ashika, yes. It is okay. It is okay. Why? It is okay means what do you mean by? Ashika, you mean okay means you are not happy with I am giving the exercise, so you are not happy with my explanation. Or is it fully okay? Hello? Others? No, it's clear. All right, Rashika. Thank you. These are the type of questions that you will find in the exam also. That's why I'm giving you some model questions. Last exam also, I had a similar question. That's why I'm telling you, you apply 7P's concept to existing product, which is very useful for you to know. What about others? 29 people, I think about 10, 15 people only responded. So can I take it for granted that you all agreed? I must tell you now, if you are studying this seriously, you must engage with me. You must interact with me. Then only you will learn more. Don't be sleepy or sleeping during the class. I told you last exam, there were a few failures. I couldn't give marks at all because they are not done their homework properly. So don't take it for granted unless you are seriously studying. You might find it a little difficult in the exam with your busy schedule. Right. Okay, so let me get to the next thing. Marketing environment. Marketing environment. Why you want to know the marketing environment? Because to understand your current situation, you must know about the present marketing environment as well. You know, this is you. This is the bank. So immediately around you, your immediate environment is what? Which we call micro environment. This is the company environment, right? This is the micro environment which consists of the suppliers, customers, intermediaries, competitors, publics, and so on, right? Then beyond that, you find the macro environment. We call macro environment. That you learn through pestle factors, remember? The political, economic, now save now. So we as a bank today, we take your bank situation. We are dealing with customers every day on a regular basis with our suppliers, with our various intermediaries, like maybe other digital agencies, marketing agencies, rating agencies, various service suppliers. There are various other suppliers like material suppliers like stationery suppliers and furniture, IT, like that. The competition, then the general public, all are immediately around the bank. They are called micro environment, whilst the pestle environment or the macro broad environment is beyond that. Beyond. And remember, even here, to some extent, you have no control. You have, in certain places, you may have control. In certain areas, you may not have control, because can you control your customers? It's very difficult. Suppliers, it's very difficult to control. Intermediaries, competition, you have no control. The public, but when you go beyond economic, technology, political level, you have no control at all. So those environments can create you opportunities, because which are external to you, create opportunities and threats. They can bring a lot of threats to you, and they can also create some opportunities to your company or your bank. Clear? Right. That's why I said the micro environment partially controllable, as I said, maybe little, but macro is uncontrollable. You don't know what's happening in the political and economic. You have no control at all. But with customers, you may have some. With your suppliers, you may have some negotiation. So some control or some partial control can be seen. Then the micro environment is consist of two, the internal, the company, as I explained, the company environment itself, members, makeup, management, internal strategies, all that are internal environment. Then the what is immediately around the company is called task. We call it task environment. It's part of micro environment. Suppliers, customers, competitors. This is the task environment, part of the micro environment. Okay, and the macro level is the pestle environment, political, economic, demographic. There can be many other factors, global, ecological, all that. Clear? So remember these three environments very clearly. The internal environment, task, combine those two, you find micro environment and then macro environment. So there are three components in the marketing environment: macro, internal, task, and macro. Or broadly, if you take two, micro and macro, the micro is divided into two, task and internal environment. All right, so that's then. How do you analyze this macro and micro environment is the question. Now, to do that, companies regularly exercise an audit, you call marketing audit, to understand the changing requirements or changing needs or changing market dynamics. So when the audit is done on a regular manner, these dynamics can be understood. Let's see how the marketing audit, what is marketing audit? It is a comprehensive, systematic, independent and periodic examination of a company's or business units, marketing environment, objectives, strategies and activities with a view of determining problem areas and opportunities and recommending a plan of action to improve the company's marketing performance. You get it? You know, when you do an audit, you can understand a lot of things. Basically, to understand the current situation properly, you conduct a marketing audit. But that audit will have to be, if you properly do, it has to be comprehensive. But it depends on how your organization does it. Although it has to be comprehensive, it might not be comprehensive for your organization. You might, depending on your resource allocation, you will not do a very broad comprehensive audit, but you do a moderate, simple audit. Anyway, it has to be systematic. It should cover everything, every area properly, and it should be independent view. You can't be biased, because if you are biased, then you won't get the real results of it. And periodic, because you have to do that because gradually these things are changing. So your audit has to be done at least once a year, or once in 2 years, or whatever. Periodical, there has to be a periodical exercise on a continuous basis. So marketing audit is comprised of several areas: marketing environment, the strategy, marketing functions, marketing organizations, systems, and productivity, you call it. So let's see some details of these words or terms. Under environment, you assess macro and micro factors. Under strategy audit, you look at your business mission, objectives, goals of the organization. Under organization audit, your structure of the organization, functional efficiencies, interdepartment efficiencies, interface coordination between the departments, then systems, information system, how do you get information from the market, your planning, how do you plan various processes, your human resource planning, your production or operational planning, all that. NPD system, new product development, is there a systematic way to develop new products? Is it systematic? Marketing productivity, profitability analysis, cost effectiveness. Now profitability is about gross profit, net profit. Cost effectiveness is your cost to income ratios, efficiency ratios, all that assess. Marketing functions audit, your 4Ps or 7Ps, your sales force effectiveness are all. So, I see when you do a marketing audit, you basically do a very comprehensive audit about your organization. The assessment of a very comprehensive assessment of your organization, organization's various actions and various parameters. Are you clear on that? I hope you are clear. So the process, so determining who does the audit, whether internal team is doing or outside external team is deployed to do this. Who does the audit? It means internal or external team. If it is external team, it's better because it can be more independent. Setting objectives and frequency of audit. As I said, maybe whether you are doing it annually or every once in 2 years or whatever. Determining the areas, yes, although you have many areas to cover, whether you don't want to cover all the areas, but you cover the more important vital areas. Developing audit forms, so some questionnaires to be asked or to ask, various questions, various information that are to be collected in regard to those assessments. Then you carry on the implementation and presenting it to the management. Right. So then let's look at the two under environmental audit, two macro and micro aspects. The macro aspect is, this pestle analysis is a very, very popular framework, and take down somewhere now in they have recently added another E to this, PESTEL. Another E to represent ethical behavior. Now, political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and or legal and ethical. So anyway, for your exam purpose, pestle analysis is okay, but even ethical aspects also can be because it can go in line with environmental factors. Ethical mean doing the right things without doing wrong things. Right and wrong are things that that we assume certain things as right, and even bankers, there are ethics. Ethical code for every employee, every industry has industry ethics, which are crucial, and they have to be followed. Those will have to be followed. Marketing ethics will have to be followed. So we'll come to know about those things later. So during your audit, when you assess those factors, these are the questions that you might require. The audit team will require answers for these questions. Let's see quickly one by one. What legal developments are likely nationally and internationally that may affect marketing strategy and tactics? Can there be some legal development, national or international level, because we are governed by various international laws like labor laws and international trade financing laws, import-export guidelines, which government bodies should be monitored. That means there are certain governmental organizations like Finance Ministry, Customs, Inland Revenue, those are export development. So these are to be, we have to be coordinating with these government bodies. What developments are likely to take place in areas such as product safety, product liability, labeling, packaging, advertising, and pricing control, pollution control, and employment legislation that might affect? These are to do with some ethical, product safety, product liability, labeling. In Sri Lanka, this product safety, especially with regard to things that we eat, there are no rules. There are no product safety guidelines properly. What happened in the recent past for certain things, we realize there are no proper legislation, so proper laws to protect the consumer. Very vague systems. A standard institution of Sri Lanka, they say something, then when the fuel, the petrol was diluted, no one was taking responsibility. Some food contamination, no one took responsibility. So these are the issues but anyway, we have to be mindful about what changes are likely in the levels of direct and indirect taxation. Taxes, various taxes are levied time to time. Are levels of political risk likely to increase or decrease? Political risk is very high in the present context. How are relations with other countries, regimes, and trading blocs likely to develop, and what their probable implications for marketing? Now with the war situation, there can be a lot of issues with especially Ukraine and Russian related countries. There can be trade embargoes. Some tourists are not coming here. Business affected. Our exports are affected because Russia and Ukraine are taking our major part of. They are buyers of some of our tea, our certain products are they are major trading partners. How volatile are trade union practice likely to be in the short, medium, long term? Trade union activities, the protest can affect the business. Policies regarding nationalization, privatization likely to change. Political environment consists of laws, government agencies, pressure groups that influence or limit various organizations. So these are all the things related to political environment, business. Laws protect companies, consumers, and interests of society, increase emphasis on social responsible actions. Then comes economic and demographic factors. What is likely to happen in the short, medium, and long term to level of inflation, unemployment, availability of credit and savings, what economic growth rates and income levels are forecast both for organizations existing and potential markets, what changes to the size, structure, and regional distribution of population are likely to. I think you can, as you read, you can understand this. Demographic environment, the study of human population in terms of size, density, location, age, gender, race, occupation. So demography is about our customers, the population, the size, density, age, gender, and so on. Changing age structure of US population is a single most important demographic trend. Age structure, the US, even in Sri Lanka, you find now some of these, baby boomers, Generation X, Y, and so on. These are, as you go now, some. So US have labeled some depending on the days, the years they are born. Baby boomers born between 1945 to 60. Generation X, 61 to 1980. Generation Y, 1981 to 95. So most of you all must be here. Generation Y, said, who are born after 1995. Percentage in the UK workforce is actually UK statistics, Barclays University. So out of the workforce, 33 to 35% or 29 major workforce is baby boomers generation. So depending on the classification, their behaviors also can be. Now, people born before 1945, they were talking of jobs for lifetime employment. Lifetime employment. Right? But now, these careers are defined by employees. Employees decide. Loyal to profession, not to employees. Generation X are loyal to the job, but not to the employer. Digital entrepreneurs work with organizations. So now, Generation Y, mainly they are dealing with smartphones and tabs. Communication, mostly social media. So, but maybe the people born before 1945, they were more physical letters, hard copies. Maybe then after that telephone, then the emails came. But now, when we go to So we go to the other things like preference when making financial decisions. Face-to-face meetings, face-to-face, ideally, but increasingly go online. Generation X online would prefer face-to-face if time permitting. face-to-face. Solutions would be digitally crowd. So now generation said people who are born, see, they are totally different in terms of their behavior. Employed in either part-time jobs or absentee. These people are mostly they like part-time, and they want to be more entrepreneur type jobs. They don't want to stick to permanent job. Multitaskers will move seamlessly between organization and pop-up business. So they're changing jobs very frequently. They're talking about 3D printing and Google Glass. Communication media handle, basically the smartphones, handheld communication devices. Solutions will be digitally crowdsourced. So there are a lot of social media based decisions. Solutions will be digitally crowdsourced. How do you digital crowdsource is through social media. The same thing, generation. Now there's another generation called after generation Z, generation Alpha. The children who are born after 2010. That's the latest. Who are 10, 11 years old. They are the next generation. So from baby boomers to generation X, millennials or generation Y, Zoomers or generation Z to Alpha. Ecological. What is likely to happen? Ecology is about the planet. What is likely to happen to the cost of availability of the natural resources and energy required by the organization? What is likely to happen to the cost of availability of the natural resources and energy required by the what contingency plans exist to cope with shortages of sudden price rises? Have any concerns been expressed about the organization's role in conservation and pollution? Pollution of the planet. Natural resources is a major thing today now. So gas and this oil and all are become huge topics. So ecological impact, the effect human activity or natural phenomenon have on living organisms and their non-living environment. So what is the environment? Basically, it's water, air, soil, light, and forest, I said. So, but these and a light in the sense the sunlight. So there's effect. Now the effect human activity or natural phenomena have on living organisms and they are non-living. So the actions of these can have a impact on non-living organisms. Say our actions can impact water, air, soil, and the light, and so on. So with regard to the planet, there's term called greenhouse effect. This is good to know that what do you mean by this burns It's a natural process that warms the Earth's surface. When the sun's energy reaches the Earth, atmosphere, some of it is reflected back to space, and the rest is absorbed or radiated by greenhouse gases. The absorbed energy warms the atmosphere and surface of Earth. So what will happen is when the sun rays fall on the Earth, so there are some sort of filtration, right? And some rays are reflected back, and some goes into the Earth, passing the Earth's surface, and it keeps the surface of the Earth, the planet that we live, warm enough for us to live. So what will happen if the planet is very cold or very hot? Then we can't live. So greenhouse effect is there are certain gases or greenhouse gases that help us or help the planet to keep the planet temperature at a living level. So if it is too cold, you can't live. If it is too warm, also you can't live. Right? So let me share you a video for you to better understand about it. That video will really explain what this greenhouse effect is. Give me a second.
Global warming and greenhouse effect. Earth, the third planet from the Sun, the only planet having a vast diversity of life forms. While other planets of our solar system are either scorching hot or bitterly cold, Earth has a relatively stable temperatures. What is that which is making Earth different? What exactly is making Earth such a favorable place to live on? It is the Earth's atmosphere, which is a thin blanket of air surrounding the Earth from all sides. This air is a mixture of many different gases. Just like an umbrella which protects us from sun and rain, this thin layer of air protects Earth from the harmful radiations from the sun. But this stable temperature is rising every passing year. Oceans are getting warmer, significant shift in the climate is seen, glaciers are melting. Why is all this happening? What should be done to stop all this? We'll find the answer to all these questions through this session. Earth is constantly bombarded with enormous amount of radiations from the sun, which we receive in the form of light and heat energy. These radiations, in the form of visible, ultraviolet, and infrared, have to first pass the Earth's atmosphere before reaching the surface. The ozone layer, which is present in the Earth's atmosphere, blocks some amount of harmful ultraviolet rays from reaching the surface. Of the remaining rays reaching the surface, part of it is absorbed by the Earth, and some, especially the infrared waves, are reflected back into the space. But some gases in the atmosphere traps this heat radiation and re-emits it to the surface, which leads to heating up of the environment. This exchange of incoming and outgoing radiation that warms the earth is referred as the greenhouse effect. And the gases involved in this are called greenhouse gases, which mainly includes carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, chlorofluorocarbons, etc. Friends, but are you not wondering why it is called greenhouse effect? Is it something to do with the greenhouse? If you said yes, you're thinking in the right way. A greenhouse is a glass building in which plants that require protection from cold weather are kept. The glass cover helps to trap all the heat energy and keeps the inside environment warm. Now consider our planet Earth. The atmosphere acts as the glass and traps the heat. The greenhouse effect is essential in order to keep our planet warm. In the absence of this effect, the temperature of the Earth's surface would have been -20 to -40 degrees Celsius. But too much of something is bad, right? If the plants in the greenhouse receives excess heat, it would burn. And if we consider planet Earth, over the last 2 centuries, human activities have changed the Earth's atmosphere in a dramatic way. The amount of greenhouse gases have increased and are still increasing. They trap too much heat. And this excessive greenhouse effect results in global warming, which is an increase in the Earth's average temperature. Consequences of global warming are enormous. Its effects are not limited to one country, but it would affect the entire planet. Knowing the fact that global warming exists and human-made carbon dioxide emissions have caused it, many nations of the world have come together to sign an international treaty, the Kyoto Protocol. The major objective of this protocol are commitment to reduce greenhouse gases by about 5% below their 1990 levels. But what can be done by us? How can we contribute in reducing global warming and also its consequences? Well, planting more number of trees, reducing waste generation, reducing the use of products which generate greenhouse gases, using energy efficient appliances, increasing the fuel efficiency of vehicles, using more renewable energy, or say switch into greener ways which causes less harm to our environment. That's all for today.
I hope you found this session very informative and you got a thorough knowledge of what global warming is. Hope you like our video. You can also
Hello, can you all hear me? Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. Did you see the video?
Yes.
Right. So it's about the impact of global warming and what should we do to prevent this kind of global warming, so that our planet can be place to live, safe place to live. So what should we do? We should plant more trees, reducing waste generation, reducing the use of products which generate greenhouse gases, using energy efficient appliances, increasing the fuel efficiency vehicle, and using more renewable energy. So those are the 5 or rather 6 activities that we should, as responsible organization, should do to prevent global warming. What happens is when the global warming, well, we don't realize the value of the greenhouse effect, because we have not felt such a drastic situation, but the way we are polluting the environment, one day, if we are not careful to keep these greenhouse effects to happen, and then we'll not be able to sustain as a planet. We will all die together because we can't live because the heat, or we can't live because there's too much coldness. So that greenhouse, the greenhouses you have seen for cultivation purpose, that again greenhouses are inside the greenhouse. You will see in which we use in cultivations, the temperature is controlled within the greenhouse. So our planet is like a greenhouse. Even there are a lot of heat coming from various planets like sun. Our greenhouse gases are the ones that are maintaining the temperature within the planet, so that we can all live in this planet safely. But the greenhouse effect, the day the greenhouse effect is not functioning, then we will all die together because of the coldness, or due to high temperature. Right. So then comes the technological environment. What changes are taking place in the areas of product and process technology? What genetic substitutes might replace the organization's product? How well placed is the organization to cope with and now capitalize upon such changes? The most dramatic force shaping our destiny, rapidly changing force which creates many new marketing opportunities, but also turns many existing products extinct. What happens is, with the technology, there are certain products getting outdated. Right? At the same time, the technology is the most dramatic force shaping our destiny. Remember that. So there are a lot of factors that we consider here in your marketing audit exercise, but technology is one very important factor that need to be very carefully be mindful, and also to analyze. What social and cultural, what changes to consumer lifestyles and values are taking place? Consumer lifestyles are also changing. It's changing rapidly. So a lot of customers, they want different as the change of their lifestyle, they want different products and services, and their value systems have changed over the years. lifestyles along with the values. What additional changes, attitudinal changes towards business and the products, services produced by the organizations are occurring? What attitudinal changes towards business and the product service provided by the government or the organizations are occurring? That means the customer attitude towards the business or the products, whether those attitudes are changing. But attitudinal changes are taking place towards such areas as government, the media, and pollution. Sometimes what happens is attitudes of customers towards our product or our organization can change due to some government policies or the media and other factors like pollution. Why? Because there are the customers who are our customers. They might prefer the banks who are concerned about the planet, concerned about the society. That is why today we remember that a lot of customers are happy to deal with banks and organizations which are socially responsible, right? So that is one area that you can, because when your policy towards social responsibility is very, very strong, very, very positive, that can be a plus for your organization. And remember, if the customer attitude towards our products and the organization is negative, it's not good for our future or our future growth. So it's very important that you understand the social cultural factors and act accordingly so that you don't antagonize your customers. You will have to be mindful of the social cultural issues in the country and play around and to make their minds positive about our organization. Made up of institutions and other forces that affect the society's basic values, perceptions, preferences, and behaviors. Yes, the same thing that I said. So cultural environment includes themselves, others, organizations, society, nature.
So presentation screen is not sharing.
Sorry? Oh,
Presentation screen is not sharing.
Oh my God, sorry. What happened to that? Is that okay now?
Now it's okay, sir.
Sorry. Thank you for telling me. Because I can't change it over. Yeah. So cultural environment includes the people's views of themselves, others, organizations, society, nature, and universe. How they identify with brands for self-expression. Others, recent shift from me to we. Organizations, trend of decline in trust and loyalty to companies, society. Patriotism on the rise. Lifestyles of health and sustainability, consumer segment, includes religion, and these are some of the factors that that shape your cultural environment. So it is very important that you understand these factors in the marketing environment and accordingly shape your strategies and actions. So basically, there are three kinds of companies: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what has happened. So you want to be which type of company? Those who make things happen. To become somebody who will make things happen, you need to be responding to marketing environment very objectively and understand the marketing environment thoroughly. The marketing audit, under marketing audit, your macro environment analysis will help you to understand those special factors, that is political, economic, social, technological, ecological, or environmental, and legal factors to a great extent, because you are assessing the impact of each and every factor in the macro environment. So then let's get to the other environment, which is called micro. The micro environment consists of the company. The marketing must consider other parts of the organization, including finance, R&D, purchasing, operations, and accounting. Marketing decisions must relate to broader company goals and strategies. Suppliers. Marketers must watch supply availability and pricing. Effective partnership relationship management with supplier is essential. So supplier relationships are critical. Marketing intermediaries help to promote, sell, and distribute goods to final buyers, which include resellers, physical distribution firms, marketing service agencies like digital or advertising agencies, financial intermediaries. Effective partner relationship management is essential. Customers. So customers include consumers, business customers, resellers, government, and international buyers. Competitors. Conducting competitor analysis is crucial for success of the firm. A marketer must monitor its competitors' offerings to create strategic advantage. A marketer must monitor its competitors' offerings to create strategic advantage. Because you remember that we need to be mindful and knowledgeable about the competition, because if you do not know the competitor's offering, you cannot create competitive advantage. The publics include group that has an actual low potential interest or impact on organization. Publics include financial public, media, government, citizen action, that is like various pressure groups who are protesting today. They are called citizen action. Local and in general type of media. The markets. What is happening to the size, growth rate, and geographical distribution of the organization's markets? So you be mindful about your size of, whether your market size is growing or is it static, or geographically how it is distributed. Which major market segments exist? How are they likely to grow, and which offer the greatest opportunities? Are new market segments emerging? If there are any new market segments emerging, are new or different market priorities emerging? What scope exists for further market development? What changes in usage patterns can be identified or are likely? Are terms and conditions of sale changing? Suppliers. What changes are taking place in the suppliers network, and what will this have upon balance, that is supplier and our balance of power? What new sources of supply are emerging? What are the objectives, strategies of the major, and what changes taking place? Advertising and PR agencies. How effective are the efforts of organizations, advertising and public relations agencies? What trends in agency practice are emerging? What changes are like under competition? What changes are likely to take place in the structure, basis, and intensity of competition? What are the major competitors currently, and in what ways might they change? Are there any likely new entrants to the market? If so, what capabilities and objectives will they have, and what are the probable implications for competition? What are the major strengths and weaknesses of each competitor? What are the objective strategies? All these are with regard to competition. You can keep reading. There's a lot of questions asked. That is to obtain information about the competition, because knowing competition is a lot of questions can be asked about the competition. With regard to this micro environment, there's a model that describes and provide answers to these microenvironmental factors. The model is called Michael Porter's five forces model, which we will discuss next week. I have a video also to share where the Michael Porter is talking about his five forces model. So quickly to explain to you the five forces model. So he's talking about there are five forces. Michael Porter, sorry, I couldn't talk to you about Michael Porter. He is a professor, Harvard University professor, who has done a lot of in the sense brought up various models in management and marketing, and this is about the competitive advantage of organizations. We're talking about five forces model, that is to answer the issues that emerge from the micro environment. And he said these micro environment forces are coming in five ways. He said those are as five forces which are environmental forces that impact on a company's ability to compete in a given market. The purpose of five forces analysis is to diagnose the principal competitive pressures in a market and assess how strong and important each one is. So his five forces, you may are already aware, are threat of new, starting from the existing competition, rivalry among existing competitors. Say it's a banking industry, we have the 20 to 30 competitors, direct competitors. And on the other side, threat of new banks being or new branches being opened. The bargaining power of suppliers. Bargaining, all the suppliers of our suppliers are mainly the suppliers of funds. So we are dealing with money. So our suppliers are mainly the people who deposit money or provide money or supply money to us. If we apply this to banking industry, then bargaining power of buyers. People who borrow from us are the buyers. They borrow funds from us, so they become our buyers. You know, five forces model is it's a generic model applicable for any industry, but if we apply it for banking industry, we can learn a lot with regard to these five forces relating to banking. And other force is threat of substitute. Threat of substitute. So there are other industries like tech, finance companies also becoming, or leasing companies, or savings agencies. Cooperatives are becoming threat to banking industry because they are also providing alternative products to banking products. Now we do pawning, there are private pawners, so there's a threat of substitute products. We do foreign currency dealings, there are money changers, there are like private pawners. So, and for leasing companies providing lease products. So like that, so it's applicable for banking industry as well. And let's look at in detail what these forces are and how they could impact our business, and what actions we can take to minimize the impact and continue our growth strategies. So micro-environmental analysis is useful, and by using the five forces model, we can identify some of the impact that is coming from the micro environment, and also we can find solutions accordingly. As Porter said, by identifying the issues properly, it will be easier to find solutions to overcome the impact or reduce the impact. Right. Okay. Then that's for the day. And the next week I will take on from this point, and we look at how other environmental analysis can be effectively done, and proceed further in order to maximize or increase the growth of the organization. Okay. Right. Okay. Then till we meet next week, good luck. All the best.
Sir, excuse me.
Yes.
Sir, දැන් අද කරන ටියුට් එක අපිට පුළුවන් නම් කලින් සර්ට අප්ලෝඩ් කරනවා නම් හොඳයි. මොකද අපිට එතකොට ටියුට් එක අරගෙන එන්න පුළුවන් ක්ලාස් එකට අපිටත් go through කරලා එන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අද තිබිච්ච ලෙක්චර් එකේ ටියුට් එක හම්බෙන්නේ අද උදේ අපිට print එකක්වත් ගන්න බෑ. දැන් ස්පෙෂල් මොනවා හරි නෝට් එකක් තිබ්බනම් අපිට ඒක ටග් ගාලා නෝට් කරගන්න පුළුවන්, print එක ගන්න පුළුවන් වුණා. ඒක නිසා සර් මේ ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් එක මේ නෝට් එක අපිට ටග් ගාලා කලින් අප්ලෝඩ් කරන්න කියලා. ඒ කියන්නේ at least on Wednesday වත් වෙන දානවා නම් අපිට ඒක convenience. ඒ වගේම කියන්නේ අපිට සූදානමින් එන්න පුළුවන් lecture එකට. අනිත් එක තමයි සර් දැන් ගිය සතියේ තිබිච්ච සර්ගේ lecture එකේ වීඩියෝ එකත් තාමත් අප්ලෝඩ් කරලා නැහැ. අපිට අර අපිට තියෙන්නේ හරිය ලිමිටඩ් ටයිම් එකක් අපේ ජොබ් එකත් එක්ක. එතකොට මේවා තියෙනවා නම් අපිට කලින් ඒක දානවා නම් අපිට බලලා ඉන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක කන්වීනියන්ස් අපිට ගොඩක් මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එක ෆලෝ කරද්දී.
Of course, I fully agree with you. Sorry about it. I will remind them to upload the video also. And actually, this time tutors my delay actually. Generally, I used to give it 2-3 days before. Okay, I will definitely see that this won't be repeated. From my side, what I can do is I can send the what do you call the tut by at least Wednesday, Thursday, yes, of the week, and then you can then they will upload and you can get a printout and come. That is very good. With regard to uploading the video, I will remind, because that is beyond my control. I will definitely remind the institute to do
Yeah,
that.
actually, sir, I have called to the institute 2-3 times from the Wednesday onwards. Please
Right.
upload the video. We need to go through with that, but it was not even now happen. This was
No,
not
no,
the marketing subject. All the subjects, we kindly requested more times about for all subjects, but it is not regularly done by the institute. Actually, kindly request, please, this is humble request to pass this message to the institute authorities and upload the videos at real time.
Sure. No. The way point, you have 100% agree with you. Definitely, I will see that they will upload the thing. Thank you very much for taking that up. I think these are the things that I really like you all to take up. In addition, with regard to session today, any comment from Mohan?
No, it's okay, sir. It's okay.
Right. Yeah. If you have any gray areas, because sometimes I might be also going a little fast because of the time limitation. But you can always stop me and ask if you are not very clear on anything that we are discussing here.
So polytunnel is same the greenhouse or nothing?
I didn't tell you. I didn't hear you.
Polytunnel, there's some.
I think what did you say?
Polytunnel are the greenhouse or nothing? Then some Anthurian and others are
Yeah, okay.
then growing in the polytunnel, and we are banking given to loan, but I don't know it's a greenhouse or nothing.
I am there is a greenhouse because some vegetables are grown in greenhouses, no? On
Yes.
the northerly side, because we have to maintain the temperature, no? Because
Yes.
northerly, especially in cold areas, some vegetables do not grow in the cold climate, so they have to maintain some temperature. For that only they are having this greenhouse, something which is covered through certain panels, and but with regard to I'm not very familiar with those greenhouse cultivation. You will have to check with someone. But greenhouse is mainly used for maintaining the temperature,
Okay, sir.
because otherwise certain vegetables do not grow in the temperature in those cold areas like Noor area, Badul and so on, right?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot.